Welcome to hour number 3 of Curly's Comedy Closet. In the studio, we have a special guest, and that special guest is called Special Ed, and his name is actually Eddie Horton. He is a part of a streaming network of comedy now called Lockdown Living Room Comedy, and this has started, I guess, as almost like a cult favorite, a cult classic now, where people are tuning into the show, and it's based upon people sitting at home doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So Eddie, or Special Ed, go ahead and tell me you're here. Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing out there today? Yeah, the Living Room Lockdown series, we were just, there's a guy, Puppet the Psycho Dwarf, a friend of ours. He was sitting around, and he says, we can't go to the venues. We can't get out and make people laugh. We need to do something. This sucks. We're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. And I mean, y'all know comedy is just making fun of people. So, I mean, you just make fun of everything. And you're sitting at home, and with the COVID thing, there's a ton of material. I mean, there's always something to make fun of. And most of the time we make fun of ourselves, like. That's
the best.
Yeah. Like at my house, I've been on lockdown, and I'm fixing things around the house that I've been avoiding for a year. I'm out there. I fixed the sink. The sink's been leaking for 6 months. I changed the furnace. What's that little thing in the furnace? I forget what it's called. The filter. Yeah, I changed
the thingamajig.
The thingamajig in there. I changed that thing. I ain't changed that in 3 years. And now everything's working again. And she's like, "Oh, that's great. Now look what he's done." I mean, I'm telling you what, we got to get off this lockdown thing, because if it don't get off of it soon, everything in my house is going to be fixed. I'm going to run out of things to do.
Exactly. Tell me about your cat. You have a cat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a cat named Tesla. I thought if I'm going to have a cat, I wanted to have the cat and have a cool name, So I thought, well, I'll call the cat Tesla. And then maybe if it has a cool name, I'll like the cat, because I really don't like cats.
And Tesla is a famous inventor. Does the cat invent anything around the house?
Yeah, she has invented new ways to terrorize the dogs.
Okay.
And me. She likes to hide around a corner, and I got her because we had a little mouse issue, because we live right next to a big farm field. So I got, I'm gonna get a cat, and I said, I want a barn cat. I want a mean cat. So I get this cat, and I got this mean cat now, and I hate this mean cat because all she does is attack me instead of the mice.
Right.
So, I'll see a mice running around the house, and I got the cat in my hand, and I'm running across the living room. I'm throwing the cat at the mouse that just went under the stove or something, and it turns around and bites me, and I'm like, "You stupid cat. You're supposed to be going for the mouse, not me." So, and you'll be going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden she's on your leg. I mean, like Velcro. And I'm like, what's wrong with this cat, man? I mean, this cat's defective. It doesn't even know I'm not the mouse. Mm-hmm. I don't have a long tail, and my nose don't twitch. She doesn't know the difference, though. So I got a defective cat. I think in the barn, where she was born, I think a tractor ran over her, or something. I mean, she
possibly
brain damage or something, because this is the dumbest cat, and she hasn't been fixed yet. Mm-hmm. So I have the world's I don't want to say that on the radio, but she's sexually active.
Oh, I see.
She runs around, brrr, 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 and that's all she does. And she, like, for 3 weeks at a time, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with this cat? She's supposed to be catching mice, and she never catches mice. All she does is run around and attack my dogs. We got beagles, so their little tails are always going.
Right.
And they'll walk past, and to her, that's like an antenna, that tail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. She jumps on it with both front paws and bites it, and then and they only do this at 3:30 in the morning.
No.
Everybody's sleeping, so now the dogs are howling and barking and chasing the cat, and the cat's chasing the dogs. I'm up walking around. I'm kicking, stumbling, stubbing my toe on the bed frame, thinking, if I can get a hold of this cat, it's going outside.
Exactly.
But I was afraid to put it outside.
Why?
Well, because I told you she's sexually active.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'd end up with 13 cats, because I would have the cat. No kidding. I would have the cat that, some cats have like two. Two kittens. Yeah. Not my cat. My cat would have like 45.
Probably.
And they would all want to be, and my kids would be like, "Oh, they're so cute. Let's keep them indoors." No, let's not keep them indoors. Let's sell them.
Okay.
But
so your cat
free.
Your cat will get outside, and you'll all of a sudden have a cat population problem in Bethalto, because that's where you're from, right?
Right. Just there'd be cats everywhere,
I'm sorry, but the 3:30 in the morning thing, I'd hate to be your neighbor.
Oh, can you imagine? I'm up cussing and screaming, running around, stubbing my toe, yelling at everything. I mean, it's got to sound like there's a massive fight going on in my house, like a barroom brawl in my house with this thing. I'm trying to kill this cat, you know, and the cat, I wouldn't kill the cat if the cat would just do its job, man.
Yeah.
The cat has one job,
right,
to kill mice,
right?
You know, it's not killing mice. I don't know.
Yeah. So part of what you've been doing lately is on the whole lockdown thing. I think this was all inspired by just getting online and just ranting about daily things. So now tell me about how your segments are on this lockdown living room comedy. What is that like? So
we've been doing like 12 to 15 minute segments on the big shows that we put on asytv.com, the Living in Lockdown series with Puppet the Psycho Dwarf. So we do them, and then we do Thoughts of the Day, which are only 3 to 5 minutes. But I'll tell you what, sometimes the thoughts of the day are amazing. You know, it's just stuff that just pops into your head. And like me, I mean, I'm defective. So I mean, I'm sitting around at work, I'm working on a car, I'm doing whatever, and all of a sudden, bing, it just happens. I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
So what do? You stop just in the middle of something and start writing stuff down? Or,
or
you record yourself in the middle of all.
You know, some people are technically savvy, some people are not.
Right.
I'm kind of in the middle.
Right.
So I have an app on my phone, which is amazing for me.
Right.
And I record it. I'll record that little bit, you know, and then I'll go back later and put some emphasis on it, change it up a little bit. And it's great. I love doing the thoughts of the day, because it's just like, you know, people are always like, "Oh, you're a comedian now." Yeah, well, you know, tell me something funny. I'm like, okay, man, you're ugly. You know? I don't know. I don't got nothing. It's like you get put on the spot like that, and you don't know what to say.
Yeah, I've heard that before, where people who write comedy or people who are comedians, people will ask them in public and go, "Tell me something funny," and they're like, you know, it's because it's not like they can come out with something out of the top of their head all the time.
Right,
that's not what makes things funny. It's where they write and plan and all that stuff.
Yeah, because like
kind of what you do.
It's not just, you don't just start talking to somebody and say something funny. Sometimes it's just like, you know, when it hits you, I mean, it hits you like a ton of bricks, and you're like, oh my God, that's funny, I got to write that down, or oh my God, you know. And I've been trying to do different things with my comedy. I've been trying to do stuff where I just sit down and do comedy, and then I've been trying to use like props and do my comedy. You know, trying to get booked out there, you want to make sure that you show them all sides of what you can do. You know, and trying to make myself look good. And let me tell you something, when you're this ugly, making you look good is a task. I mean, you know, it happens.
It's good that you're on the radio. That's good.
This is huge. This is
no
huge
problem.
for us.
You don't have to let people know how ugly you are.
No, however, they can't see me, you know.
However, your producer is recording this, so I think he'll put it up online. So.
Yeah, you know, that's the downside to it. But, you know, actually, like right now, live, they can't see me.
Yeah,
so
right now.
I could be like,
the children are safe right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like right now, I can say, you know, I am the best looking cat on the planet, man. I seen, you know, like that Wahlburger guy that the girls are just losing their mind. I mean, really, what's the difference between me and him? I got 2 eyes. He's got 2 eyes. I got 2 arms. I mean, really, what's the difference? I mean, you know, I mean, I look just like him probably.
Probably.
Just maybe a little different.
Maybe it's some people's fantasy.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, they're people's perceptions. You know, it's all about perception. Hey, I look in the mirror, that's what I see. I mean, what can I tell you? And we're on the radio, so they can't argue with me.
Okay. So, Ed Wahlberger, what do you think? Eddie Wahlberger?
Yeah, that's cool.
Sounds good. Tell me real quick.
Special Wahlberger.
Special Ed Wahlberger. All right, so real quick, though, tell me that you're going to be doing some kind of fundraiser.
Yeah, so there's a fundraiser with Michael Kreider. He is the second annual fall food drive, which, as you know, we got a lot of families around here that are in need, you know, and sometimes I get hungry, and, you know, I mean, I'm hoping to do this, and I'll be able to have a bag of chips while I'm up there doing it. That'd be great. I mean, there should be a lot of chips there. You know, chips are cheap. You can bring them to the thing.
Right.
I don't even know how you get in this benefit, but I'm thinking if you bring chips, you can get in.
Right.
And with the legalization of weed now, everybody's going to want chips. You know, I mean, they're going to be out there smoking the weed, drinking the water, and they're like, oh, I need some chips.
Right.
So the needy's just not the people that ain't got enough money. The needy's the people smoking the weed, drinking the water. They need some chips.
They need some food.
You know, I mean, so I'm hoping, you know, we can get out there. It's going to be at Holiday Shores. It's going to be the September the 27th. You know, it's going to be a blast. You know, there's an hour in between bands, he told me. So I'm going to have that time to be on stage doing my thing, talking to people. And it's in Holiday Shores. It's outside. They haven't told us exactly where outside yet. I'm assuming it's going to be the marina.
You're assuming not correct because they actually have you in the bushes and the brushy area where nobody is there. So you'll just be with a microphone in the brush talking, and nobody will know where you're at.
That's like the dude behind the curtain.
Exactly.
I'll be like, don't mind the man in the bushes, man.
You're like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's kind of like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Eddie, for dropping by, and good to hear that you're rolling forward with the comedy as well as a special benefit next month, right?
Right.
Okay,
right.
Perfect. So we'll be back with more of Curly's Comedy Closet in a moment.